We're rolling.
Cool.
Cool. Okay. It's not too cozy, is it? Not too cozy.
Yeah.
G'day kids, Briggsy here on the coffee run with Lockie Chambers, aka Chook. Chooker. Everyone calls you a few different names, but mainly those nice things. How's things, bud?
Yeah, good. Really good.
Excellent.
You know, we're coming towards the end of the BJ season now, so heading into finals in 2 to 3 weeks. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Brisbane Junior umpire coach is your role, or assistant coach?
Co-coach. We're one of three, so there's me, James Price, and Steve Davis. We all class ourselves as coaches, and and then I look after the appointments as well.
Yeah, nice. Mate, you've been coaching the Brisbane Juniors for 10 years?
Yeah, pretty much close to 10 years.
Close to 10 years.
Yeah.
I've known you for about that long. And you've only ever been coaching the kids. Well, you do umpire, obviously, Brisbane Juniors a fair bit as well, but you've been doing a lot of coaching. Why did you stick to the coaching side of things and have no aspirations for going like senior football?
Yeah, I was around 17, so I started umpiring when I was 14 at Caboolture, now Moreton Bay, and I just, at the end of when I was 19, finished up with the grand final and just thought, I really want to pass on my experience down to the kids that were coming through. And then I thought, I'll see what's out there. And the next year I was able to become a low-level development coach within the umpiring ranks. And just so ever since that year, it was pretty much now for where we are now, just been coaching. And when aspirations in seniors, it wasn't really a passion of mine. Like when I was coming through, I thought, I'll be an AFL umpire one day. And just didn't really go chase it that much. So I thought, I'll just go to the coaching style, and I've loved it ever since.
Could you foresee yourself, in a coaching role, possibly at the top level though? Like obviously there's pathways, and you look at, I guess Hayden Kennedy's there at the moment, but however he has gone through the process being an AFL umpire. I wonder if there's an opportunity to, go to a state level, or even a national level in a coaching role. Never thought about it?
It's never really been on the forefront of my mind to go, I'm going to become a senior coach. I'm really happy with the juniors. I think, if we can get the development in juniors, because, being around for so long and seeing the numbers that we've gone through, I think I get probably a bit more satisfaction of going, all right, I've helped and mentored that kid get to where he's at. I know we've got a few AFL listed umpires at the moment that have come through our ranks.
That was going to be one of my other questions as well. No, not so much, but leads into who are those people, and you've obviously known them from scratch, coming through the club umpires, whether they be at Aspley or wherever, moving through up into the senior ranks. A couple of names. Yeah,
so Alex Wedden was one. He's a really good mate of mine. We did a grand final together. It was probably the last grand final I did before I decided to go coaching. Okay. So he's come through our ranks, and Andrew Adair as well, who's currently a rookie listed umpire. And one that I came through with was James Stravos as well. Right. So they were the three that I came through, and then Wedo probably a year or two before. And then there's also when I was just starting my umpiring was Andrew Stevens, AFL listed umpire.
Still getting around.
Yeah, he's still going around. So
absolutely.
So those were the main guys.
Mate, one thing I have seen, obviously with the kids, been obviously to a few of your sessions where you're taking the juniors and running out there. The way the kids react to you, obviously command a fair bit of respect. You have a fair bit of fun with them.
Oh, for sure.
You make obviously training enjoyable. You don't want to be too much. But on a serious note, though, when you put your foot down, they listen to you. So that's probably one thing I've really noticed, that yourself and Pricey both command that respect from the kids. So it's really to be commended on the way that the kids respect you, and you've demanded that from them. So
thank you.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
So as far as giving back, and obviously you just went straight through, it's not like you're a 20-year veteran senior football and then went, I might take up the coaching. There's a few guys who are at that higher level now. You look at Jacob Severs, probably as a good example, who actually comes back to training with the juniors and is stepping into a bit of a coaching role. So how many of those guys are actually coming back to do that?
We get a fair amount. Most of the kids that have come through, and most of the older guys, I'm really good mates with. So we do get Isaac Farrell.
Yes.
and severs, going on a lot. We do with the academy as well. So Orion Vilauba.
Yep. Because he came down from Mackay originally and did traineeship at Brisbane North. So obviously you work with him doing some Auskick stuff.
Yep.
So he's slightly different. Hasn't been a traditional Brisbane junior umpire. However, he did his juniors up in Mackay and then came down here. So that's.
Yeah,
but he still gives back.
Yeah. We've got. Just trying to think off the top of my head of who else is in the academy. I feel sorry for the guys that are probably watching.
Yeah, no, that'd be right.
But Sammy Wetton's another one as well, who came to the rank. Alex's brother. Yep. He comes back and does a few.
Who's the better umpire, mate? You reckon Sam?
You're putting me on the spot.
Sam's not old enough to get to the top yet, but
well, Alex is a good mate of mine, one of my best mates, so I'm going to have to go with him.
Go with it. Go with him.
He's actually made the top so far, so he's got the eggs now. So.
Very true, mate. Pricey, you're offsider.
Yep.
Any words on him?
He's just a cracking bloke.
Cracking.
Yeah, cracking bloke. No. He's a really good mate of mine. We pretty much started juniors at the same time, and he probably started coaching a year or two beforehand. And then I followed his path. So he's an absolute great mate. And probably wouldn't be able to do as much as I do without him.
True.
But
Good team. Now, I spoke to you early in the year in regard to Steve Davis's role.
Yep.
It was a bit more of a, how do you put it, a welfare
manager, yeah. What we title him.
No, that's a good one. But what does that involve exactly? What do you?
So if we have any major issues within the group, and not really comfortable talking, just outside the walls, then he's the point of conference. And any issues that umpires might have on a weekend that the clubs come back to us and say, oh look, this umpire's done this. Anyone to have a chat with. He's that father figure within the group that can go down and have a chat to the umpires. If it comes from a James or I, it might be they're having a go at us. Where it comes from Steve, it can be that look, you're not in trouble. We just want to clarify a few things, and that's his role. And also, like we do have a few senior members within our group as well. And he, coming from Pricey and I, being the young ones, it's like, these upstarts, but no, Steve also has a chat with those guys, and they've been really beneficial to the group as well.
So along with all those other coaching roles that obviously want to get in Brisbane Juniors, you're getting kids from the clubs as well, and you talk about people giving back. Matt Bellina actually is a good example where he goes to Morningside Footy Club, has been mentoring a few of the club umpires there. Transitioning those kids from the club umpiring into juniors, how do you go about with that?
Yeah, so towards the end of the year for the Brisbane Juniors finals, we have a session with our boundary and goals sessions for finals, and we find that as an opportunity for kids to come down and just take part in that, because in the finals we get those kids to run the boundary for us when we're a bit short. And what we find is that is a great recruitment for us to go, all right, you want to come down, meet some of the older guys, and learn off the kids that have made that transition the year beforehand.
That's right.
We roughly get around 20 to 25 new first-year umpires each year from the clubs. And over the last 2-3 years, we've seen just them develop out of sight, which is fantastic. And the ones that have really got the passion for it, do get a bit quicker. Elevate the train a bit quicker.
Is it Alex Ferguson? Is it?
Alex Ferguson, young Ashley umpire. He's one of ours.
He's been going really well. I remember he did some goal stuff with me last year, and I think he also did a bit of with the state champs.
So
he's killing it.
He always puts his hands up for everything. It's like if there's a game free on a weekend, he goes, "Oh, lucky, I'm free. I can do this." And I'm like, mate, we know you're keen, and it's fantastic. And we've seen in probably the last 2-3 years that kids are just fast tracking. They're absolutely grown that passion about umpiring, which is great. And we've got a young kid at the moment, Alex Dunn, who's looks like a very promising umpire. Into his third year now, who's looking at probably hitting the 16 grand final this year, which is an amazing feat. So
he's
really proud of him.
So how do you find that fine line. Obviously, you're going to have some kids, Brisbane Junior, still running around playing and umpiring. It's a hard balance. How do you go with that?
Yeah, so we encourage our kids to still who are umpiring to still play.
Yep.
We don't have that hard line of you got to pick one because they're still kids. We want them to enjoy footy as much as possible. So. We have an appointment system where with Scheduler where it allows them to block out. So normally if they're playing on a Sunday, we try and give that opportunity on a Friday night.
Yep.
And if any of our young umpires, our first year umpires, we've got our under 11s on a Saturday.
Right.
And that's their learning ground where it's like, this is hopefully developed through there, and then opportunity arises during the end of the year where we try and get them a few under 12s or low 13 girls games. So
I guess, like you said before, you get to about year 3, year 4, where I suppose then they start to make a bit of a decision. Jake Edgar on the Sunshine Coast is probably a good example there. He's been umpiring for many, many years, starting to do senior footy. Said this is his last year of playing footy, under 16s, and then he's going to devote to senior footy. So that's a perfect example of just finding that balance, I suppose, as to allowing you to play football, keeping up the communication lines, communication about when you're available, and then obviously giving them Saturday games to keep that shoe in the umpiring side. We can try to keep things very flexible. We understand that these kids are going through also school and grade 12 and that with exams and that. So once they get to that grade, finish grade 12, it's like they make that decision of whether they want to go into senior footy or. It's always good money too.
Oh, it's fantastic money. Oh, most definitely. To run around 2 games on a Saturday, you can earn anywhere up to 130, 140 bucks.
Exactly
so
right.
most of our kids love it. They don't have any other part-time jobs. They're we just umpire, and what a best way to get out on a weekend and run around and get fit as well.
That's exactly right. Chook, thanks very much, mate.
No,
for
thank you for having me.
On the coffee run, buddy. I appreciate it.
Where's the coffee?
Another one. Another stitch up.